We have USB data capturing. You can also connect with the Ethernet card to a computer for remote access of all the data, and basically remote access and downloading parameter into the Checkweigher. The machine have man isolator, e-stop, that if you need to be press e-stop, the in-feed conveyor belt, the weight belt, and the reject conveyor belt with the twin arm reject, product sensor for detecting the product, and that will activate when the reject needs to be switched on and off if it's not meeting specification. This unit also have a twin reject bin for rejecting high and low weight on either side, and it's got a lockable bin that for the product that's been rejected secure, so the QC can correct them and do a analysis at the end of the day.
Okay.
This is the screen you see when you switch on the machine. We have control that give you into each level. Currently we're in level 3. All the menu, you do have product selection. There's more than 50 products that you can select, or storage in system. Okay, and we have a photo trigger delay that basically tell us when to reject the product if it's outside the specification, which is the reject time could be set in here on when the reject arm switch on, how long it switch on before it retracts, so that go for overweight and underweight. And then we have a belt speed. You can set the belt speed depend on your product link and the pack per minute that coming through your production line. I'll go through the sample cycle in the next setup. In how to set up and testing, if you're changing the speed of the machine, after you choose the speed and you design what pack per minute you're coming through, and if you start run, you will see a line on the screen. When you put the product through, you will see 3 lines to show up on the screen. The first line basically is when the sensor detects the product. The last line is showing you between which 2 points you want to sample the weight. The center line is where the weight been taken. If you want to keep the speed, you need to move the detection zone into a flat position. Right there. Now we can do another 12 in here. Now you can see we are in a relatively stable zone for weight detection. After you've done that, you will see all those numbers. It will be automatically stored in what you currently program been set. The next one I'm going to show you is the system setting. In system setting, we have some preset feature that is preset in the factory, only accessible in level 3 and level 4, like the motor direction, the motor coefficient, if you do need to change the motor or replace the motor, those are the values that we need to change. And the alarm mode, which is the machine going to stop or machine just reject and continue. The decimal place display on the screen, the unit, whether it's SI or BSI's British unit, network address, which is for Ethernet communication with the remote computer, and we also got a weight filter that is preset in the factory for different load cell that's been used. Next, what I want to show you is the calibration of the weigher. This particular checkweigher have a 3 kilogram limit, so we do need to calibrate it with a 3 kilogram sample weight. So sample is relatively simple. Initially, you just press 0 and wait. When this is done, we put the weight in, the 3 kilogram in. After you put the 3 kilogram sample weight on the weight bridge, press full. Now the calibration is complete.